Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Today I've got something pretty exciting. I've got the ToGo Power 330 watt power station. I also have the 120 watt solar panel to go with it. So it'd be real cool. I can take this thing while I'm camping. I'm down here at the campground now, so I can set this up. I can use the solar panel to keep it charged, and I am good for a long time. I can charge everything off this I need. I can charge my drone, I can charge my phones, I can run my refrigerator, everything off of this. And I went to Colorado last year, me and the wife, and we went on a 9-day trip, and we used one of the solar generators. Now there's kind of a misconception. They call these solar generators. They're really only solar unless you have the solar panel to go with them to connect to it to charge it. But otherwise, you can charge this thing on 110 in your household. You can charge this thing in your Jeep or your vehicle. We charged it in our vehicle last time because we did not have a solar panel. So now we got a solar panel. We can set this thing up if we want to go dry camping out somewhere. One cool thing about having one of these is you take this out, you don't have to worry about a lot of campgrounds at 10 o'clock or earlier. Sometimes they have a shut-off time for generators because of the noise and people want to sleep. One of these is totally silent and you still get the same kind of performance. I have a 500 watt Honda generator. This thing ought to do just as good as that without the noise, without the weight, without having to put fuel in it. All we do is charge this thing on solar during the day. We can run our stuff during the night or during the day and we'll be good to go. So I have not even opened these boxes yet. So first thing we're going to do is get in here, get these boxes open, check out, see what they are. And I'm really excited about this. I think this is going to be a great addition to Woodzman Adventures and some of our trips that we take. So let's get this stuff opened up and check it out. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is open up the power generator, and what we have is this is the ToGo Advance 350. It's 346 watt hours, 330 watt rated. So we're going to open this up. We'll look at the specs over here on the side. So we have 10 watt quick charge, your mobile devices, outstanding performance. That 10 watt will really be nice. This is also a pure sine wave. You want to make sure you get a pure sine wave, and this shows here on this side different things that you can run off of a TV, laptop, your gaming stuff. You can do your drones, you can do your GoPros, charge them. You can even run a fan in your tent, which would really be handy. All kinds of different things, lighting, and I have all this stuff set up where I'm going to be using it, so it will be nice to be able to have this and even like an iPad or something like that. So let's take this thing out of the box. First thing in the box looks like we have the instructions, the user manual, and it should tell us everything we need to know about charging it, about what all the ports are, and what to do with it. All the specifications. See, it says here the capacity is 336 watt hours, 22.2 volts. Now you can take this thing and charge it anywhere from like 12 to 24 volts. The weight of it is 9.2 pounds, so extremely light compared to a gasoline generator. On the AC outlet, there's one of those, and it has 120 volts, 60 hertz, 330 watts, and 660 watt surge. On the cigarette lighter port, we have one of those, 12 volt, 10 amp. The DC ports, we have two 12 volt, 10 amps. The USB-A ports, which is your standard USB, there's three. They're 5 volt, 9 volt, or 12 volt, up to 3 amp, total of 54 watt max. The USB-C port, there's one of those, 5 volt, 9 volt, 12 volt, 15 volt, or 20 volt, 3 amp, 60 watt max, which would be great for charging up like my MacBook because it's USB-C, and this will charge it up really nice and quick. Wireless charging, 10 watt wireless charging. And then the light on it, LED light, is 0.5 watt plus 1 watt flashlight. So here the unit is. Look how tiny this is. Absolutely incredible. I did not know that it was going to be this small. I knew after I got it and I seen the box that it was going to be small, but this thing is small. You can see my hand. Super small. Here's our AC outlet right here. Here is our input. 12 to 28 volt. I said 24, but it's 28 volt, and which most of your solar powers are more than 12 volts, so you'll be good to go on that. This is our power button to turn it on. Here's our DC outlet right here. We have these plugs, which are 12 volt, and then we have a lighter plug or an accessory outlet. Actually, you wouldn't want to use a cigarette lighter on this. One real cool thing about this that's better than the other solar generator I have, it has these rubber flaps over it to keep the dust and dirt out of this thing. It's not going to be waterproof, but I'm sure it's got some water resistance to it. But this is real nice to be able to have this and not be exposed to the weather and the dust and the dirt and grime. So here's our DC, 3 of the USB ones, and then we got a USB-C right down here below it. Super good options for plugging in things. And then right here, of course, is our 110 volt, 120 volt output, and it's got a nice spring-loaded flap that covers it. On this side over here, we have the flashlight, and then on the back, of course, we have our specs. On the side, we have vents to keep it cool as it's charging and being used. And then up here, we have a wireless charging, like to lay our cell phone on here and charge it up. So the first thing we want to do is turn this thing on. And of course, it has not been charged. You can see that it's says it's 55% right now, so I need to hook it up to the solar, get this thing charged up before dark. But we can still go ahead and test some things on it. Even with 55%, that's still pretty good. Okay, the next thing I want to open up is the 120 watt solar panel. It's also from ToGo Power. This thing is real nice. It's a 4-panel fold up. It's water resistant, not 100% waterproof. The panels is waterproof, but of course you have connections on the back that would not be waterproof. But otherwise, if it came a shower, you'd be okay, as long as you don't submerge it in water and get it totally drenched. It tells you on this end here different ways of aiming it. You want to aim it, of course, directly toward the sun. Okay, if you're laying it flat, it's not exactly toward the sun. Bad if you're aimed, away from the sun. But now this will work even without 100% sunlight. As long as it's daylight outside, it still will charge. But of course, it will do a better job if the sun is out, direct sun aimed right toward it. So let's open this up, take it out of the box. Inside here, like the other, we have a manual, and it shows the TSP120F is the model number, 120 watt solar panel. Inside our directions, shows our accessories that come with it, our cords. So it comes with a 3M Anderson 30 amp to 8 millimeter DC adapter. It comes with a 3M Anderson 30 amp to MC4 adapter, and it also comes with a 1.5M Anderson 30 amp cable equipped with the solar panel, and then it also comes with one USB-A, one USB-C equipped with the solar panel. So this is what's on the back of the panel itself, the connection type, and it shows just this panel alone without even using the battery's backup. You can hook this stuff directly to this panel, like your tablet, your cell phone, and your laptop, power bank, flashlight. You can plug things into this panel and charge it just with the sun shining on the panel and not even using your power station. It shows here charging the power station, but you can actually use the panel to run these things without using the power station. So that's really cool too. During the day, if your battery backup's charged up, you can take this panel, run your stuff off the panel, save your battery till nighttime. Okay, right inside here is the cables that comes with it. You can see the different type connectors that it has. Here's the other supplied cable that comes with it. You can see the connectors on it. And here, this will plug into the panel itself. Here's the panel itself. When we unzip this thing, in the back here is our connections. So you can see here our connection, our USB and our USB-C, so we can charge things. And this is our connection here that will go to our solar generator. All right, so here the unit is. I'm gonna unbuckle this thing so we can get this thing set up. And you just press these tabs right here. I need to get this plugged into the battery so we can get it charging before it gets any darker and get as much charge time as we can. And while I still got a lot of direct sunlight will help. So once you open this up, you can see that this thing has a nice matte finish. And this is waterproof, so water hits this, won't hurt a thing. The main thing is the connections on the back. As long as you keep those dry, you'll be in good shape. It also does have these eyelets on all four corners, so you could take this thing if you wanted to and tie it up in a tree, between two trees, and angle it. If you want it up out of your way, say above your head, you could take some string and tie this thing up where it's not on the ground, be above your campsite, aiming toward the sun. So you'd want to aim it due south pretty much. That way you get the sun as a full arc across, and you'll get the most sun during the day if you do it that way. But you fold it out, it's actually pretty wide when folded out. So it does on the back side have these kickstands, and what you do is when you fold it out, you put these kickstands out, and that will tilt it. You can adjust it either way, but if you want a little more tilt up or down, put these kickstands out, and that's what we're going to do. Set it up here and aim it toward the sun. Pretty much. We'll tilt it like this so we'll get the most sunlight. There is a little bit of cloud cover, so the sun is kind of coming in and out, but I think right here the sun is going this way toward the west, so we're going to aim it like this right now to get as much sun as possible. And now we'll plug in our advanced 350 right into this so it can get to charging. Alright, so we're going to take this end here, we'll plug it in right here. So once we plug it in, you can see it comes on, shows 55%. So it's the input 29 watts. So we're not doing real good right now. We've not got enough sun. The higher that goes, the faster it's going to charge this up. So the sunlight is not direct right now, real good sunlight, and it shows 32 watts around that going into it. So depending on the sunlight, I may take my panel and set it up this way more toward the sun. We'll see what that does. But the cord is long enough I can reach it way over here to my camp spot like that. So I've got this sitting here, got the panel way over here, and all this room to work around while that's still charging up. So let's move that panel to where it's more into the sun. Okay, you can see I moved my panel over this way, aimed it toward the sun because the sun is more toward the west right now. And then over here I have the advanced 350, and you can see that now we're doing 65 watts, so a lot better with it aimed toward the sun. If this was more earlier in the day with the sun straight up, we'd be getting a lot more power out of it. But for now, this is actually pretty good. It should go up here in a little bit and we'll check back on it. But for now, we'll plug some things in and check that out. Okay, so right now I have my Joy Tuttis portable refrigerator hooked up. This is actually a portable refrigerator that has a compressor in it. It's not just a cheap one. It's very good quality. I've used this on a lot of trips and never had a problem. It works great on this. Right now I'm actually running it off the 110, but I'm actually going to plug it into the 12 volt socket because it will be a lot more efficient to plug it in the 12 volt socket. Right now we got 110 plugged in, and you'll push your little AC button after you plug it in, and that turns it on. We're going through this converter, they're converting it down to 12 volt. So the way to do it, to be more efficient, is to plug 12 volt in here directly into the fridge, and it will conserve a lot of power and not run this battery pack down as fast. So we're going to plug it into the 12 volt. Okay, now you can see that I've plugged in the 12 volt outlet right here into my Joy Tuttis refrigerator, and will be a lot more efficient this way. It will run it for a lot longer period of time. So this thing, I've got it set on 32 degrees and it will cool it down to that. This little unit right here is going to be wonderful out on a camp trip. Alright guys, so I have everything charging here. If you check this out, I got my MacBook Pro charging. If you look right here, you can see that it is charging. I also have my drone batteries charging right there. And of course I have the Joy Tuttis refrigerator plugged in, running it. So really cool. Got my panel set up right over here in the direct sunlight, and we're doing good. So hopefully we have time to charge some of this up. I'm probably eating up more power by charging this stuff that I'm actually putting into it right now, but at least I can maintain for a while. And tomorrow when the sun comes out, I want to get this thing fully charged up, and I can run some of this stuff off the panel by itself instead of having to use the battery during the day when we have good sunlight. I also have my camp light that I can plug into it. It has a 12 volt power, so I can plug it in, charge my camp light on there. I can also charge my iPad on here, or my cell phone. I can lay my cell phone right on top right there and charge it. So this is a pretty cool setup. I am ready for camp. I actually have to set my tent up on the back of the Gladiator right now. Okay, right here is the stuff that come actually with the Advanced 350. It has a lighter plug adapter charger. So you plug this right into the Advanced 350, plug this into your vehicle, and you can charge it by 12 volts. And then it also comes with the 110 adapter where we can plug this into the household current and plug that into the Advanced 350 and charge it that way. And it'd be a good idea always to charge the thing before you go out on your trip. That way you're full charge when you get out on the camp trip and you're ready to go. All right, I have one more thing I want to try here. I want to try to charge my phone on the wireless part up here. So we'll lay it on top. Whoop. That was instantaneous. You can see that it's charging. How sweet is that? So all I got to do is lay my phone up there and charge it. And that saves from using one of the USB ports to charge it. I can use them for other things. Right now I have everything unplugged because I'm going to let the solar panel try to catch up and charge this thing up before it does get dark as much as I can. Okay, this thing also has the light on here. If you press it once, then your light will come on here. The second time you press it, this light comes on the handle, and this one of course goes off. This would be a good light to actually light up on the inside of your tent, and I'm sure it takes hardly any power at all. But now if we push this thing and hold it, then it comes on SOS flashing. So having the light on here is actually a good feature. A lot of people might think, why would you want a light on here? But you've already got this power, so why not have a light? You're out here working at night, you're putting your stuff up, you're doing things, cooking. This could come in real handy. It would hardly use any current or any usage off of this battery pack. And to be able to have a light on it is just another added bonus. So I think it's a great idea to have the light. All right, guys, thank you for watching. That is the ToGo Advanced 350. How cool is this tiny little unit that you can charge all this stuff? You can power your portable refrigerator, your fans, and your tent, whatever. This thing is going to be super on a trip. I like the wireless phone charging here. So we're going to do more reviews on this and the solar panel itself, because I want to take the solar panel and run a few things by itself after this is charged. Like tomorrow, if it's sunny, I want to hook the solar panel up and run my laptop and charge my cell phones and stuff off of that, see how that works. So this unit is so great and compact. I am absolutely in love with it. I think it just feels like absolute quality. It feels extremely tough built. It's got nice rubber feet on the bottom to make it non-slip, and it does a good job actually, because if this was just sitting on this stick of wood right here with plastic, it would be sliding around. Right there, it is absolutely gripped and it's not going nowhere. The nice carrying handle to carry it with, nice compact size. I do have a case that's made by Joy Tuttis. This should fit right in and keep it protected, because I want to keep it inside a case, so it should fit perfect in that. I'll put a link to all this stuff below if you want to check it out, so you can check out that solar panel, you can check out this. They make other stuff. They make actual gas generators. They make larger generators, solar generators. They make smaller ones. They also have different size panels. I know they have a 60 watt. They have this 120 watt. I can't wait to take this thing and actually use it on a big trip. We're hoping that later this summer or next summer we get to take a long trip, at least a 2-week or 3-week trip. And taking this with us with that solar panel is going to be incredible. I can run my refrigerator, keep all of our drinks and our meat cold. What I actually do on the trips is I take this thing and I'll run this refrigerator during the night, and then during the day when we're driving in the Jeep Gladiator, we take and charge this back up off the 12-volt cigarette lighter, and then at night we can put it back on this. Well, I've never had a solar panel before, so the solar panel is going to add a new level of things that I'll be able to do. We're sitting out at the camp, we got that solar panel set up. How cool is that? We can be charging this thing during the day, not running our Jeep battery down. And so this should be a super setup. So thank you all for watching. Please click the thumbs up, check out all these links below, and look out for the next videos I have. I'll have a lot more videos coming for the ToGo Power, and hopefully I'll get to test some more of their solar generators and their solar panels. Catch you on the next one. Right on.